This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. Yes, another blow for Priti Patel and more good news for migrants, in particular those that are suffering under the No Recourse to Public Funds scheme, or NRPF as it's known. The High Court has yet again found against Priti Patel's Home Office in a recent case on the harsh No Recourse to Public Funds scheme, as it found that the Home Office policies were unlawful as it restricted the rights of access to benefits to migrants by failing to protect the rights of children. This is an important decision as the NRPF has caused a great deal of hardship to migrants and their children generally, but particularly during the pandemic when people have lost their jobs and not been able to work. The Home Office position has been essentially to seek to deny the access to public funds in all but a few cases, and the policy guidance is quite clear in those terms. However, this has been found to be unlawful as the court rejected the Home Office's arguments. This is an important case and another indication of the court's willingness to intervene against the Home Office's own policies. If you have a no recourse to public funds endorsement, sorry about swallowing the words, but it's quite complex, on your visa, you maybe can get it removed if you have children, following the recent case in ST and VW against Secretary of State for the Home Department. The court considered whether or not the Home Office policy of normally attaching a no recourse to public funds was lawful. The Home Office argued that the guidance did sort of implicitly consider the best interests of the children. However, looking at the guidance and the stance adopted by the Home Office, the court found that where children were involved, the guidance simply didn't go far enough. And in essence, well, not in essence, shortly, the court found that it actually breached the Secretary of State's duty under Section 55 of the Borders, Citizenship and Immigration Act, which means it wasn't in the child's best interests. It will come as no surprise that the Home Office sought to have the case pulled by conceding it prior to the hearing, by granting what was sought, but the court still went on to consider the policy, and it was successfully argued that the NRPF provisions in Appendix FM and its associated guidance were in breach of Section 55 of the BCI 2009. Lady Justice Lang and Mr Justice Lane therefore concluded that the NRPF scheme does not comply with Section 55 of the 2009 Act. This is good news. It's the second time that the court have damned or found illegal the workings of the NRPF scheme. In a Child, the High Court found that the scheme did not provide for those about to become destitute, but would shortly become destitute. I mean, that's pretty cruel that you've actually got to be sleeping on the streets before you'll get the benefits, but and the court agreed. This led to a change in government policy, which now means that people who are about to become destitute will be able to get the NRPF lifted. This case has the potential to impact a far greater amount of people, especially where children are involved, or particularly where children are involved. And if you want to, if you or a family member or anybody else that you're just generally interested in this, as to whether you can apply to have the NRPF restriction lifted or challenged in your case, then please get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do to help. As I say, this is fairly complex in its analysis, but the short point is the Home Office's policy on blanketly refusing to grant migrants with children access to public funds has been found to be unlawful. Good news for migrants, yet another blow against Priti Patel. It's good to be able to report a couple of good news stories, as it were, for migrants, as opposed to poor news stories. And I thank you for watching and tuning into my channel. Please subscribe. Take care, stay safe. This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers.